I'll probably say I like to learn, so like that's why I don't really have any issues with education because I love to learn new things. I love to go around, see the natural environment because obviously I've never been here before. So I try and ask the teammates for a ride for me to go and see Norman in general. Like I've never been fishing before, I've never been to a gun range before, so we'll plan all these times for when I can go and experience all these amazing things. But other than that, my whole life has just been pretty much football, education, and God. That's pretty much been it.
Yeah. What are you studying? What are your
So I'm
plans
studying business sports management.
Do you have any plans, specific plans beyond the sport, or?
Yeah. So my plan is to make multiple business models or multiple business whilst I'm getting this type of money from college football to try and make self-investments to help myself down the line and create generational wealth. So like I'm doing real estate back at home, trying to sell my own merch, small things like that will add up after you open multiple businesses.
You touch on that. Obviously, NIL is such a big issue now. I know that the rules for people who aren't from the U.S. are a little bit different. How tough is that to navigate?
It's been very tough. Like I have to go back home to do completely everything. Like I'm going back home in May just to do a bunch of signings, a bunch of commercials, a bunch of ads. But OU's working as hard as possible to try and work with lawyers and with their ecosystem of people to see what they can do for me. I feel like the biggest change is until the NCAA makes this or classifies this as employment. That would be the biggest change for me because it means I can get a different visa or allows me to work.
What was that first softball game like for you?
Oh, the first softball game was amazing. To see the OU women go out there and play, it was great. I didn't know this until someone told me, but that was a new stadium and it just opened that day. I didn't know this. So I'm there like, it was amazing. And everyone's like, how's the stadium? How's the stadium? I'm like, what do you mean the stadium? It's just a stadium. And they're like, it just opened up today. I was like, I didn't realize, but it was amazing. Like I was walking around, seeing the softball game. It was amazing to see the OU women win.
I've got NIL questions to ask, and you're kind of the perfect guy because when you grow up in England, you play it. Those guys, your friends that they're pros.
Yeah.
How was it a shock when they said you're going to come over here, but in some ways you're still an amateur? You're not a professional at what you're doing.
It was not a shock. The biggest issue has been I'm a full-time student. Because I'm a full-time student, I can't classify for a professional or amateur visa. That's been the main issue. So, like I said before, until the NCAA classifies this as employment or something changes or the government finally decides to look into this, it's very hard for me to do deals over here. It just means I have to keep on going back home and doing everything I can in the UK of signings or anything I do NIL-wise.
You are the weird kind of guy who actually has international appeal.
Yeah.
Did you think about that when you were picking a school or anything?
I was thinking about that, but it was not a very big factor into all of it. I already knew it was going to be a problem anywhere and everywhere I go. So it was just a matter of picking the best school for me as a player. Less about money, but more about what school can develop me. That's the reason I came here. Coach B is an amazing coach, and I just need someone to literally shout down my throat and be like, I need you to do this detail, that detail. I don't need a coach who thinks I'm ready or a coach who's going to be soft on me because that does nothing for me. Like the best way I learn is by making mistakes. So when I have someone shouting at me consistently being like, I did this wrong, I did that wrong, that's how I learn the best. That's why I want to Coach B. And like me and Coach B was talking about in the recruiting game, he said the reason some of the guys in the NFL are so good is because they all just worked hard. They all have the mentality to just keep on going, keep on working. And I feel like I already have that mentality. All I need to do now is an amazing coach like Coach B and amazing staff like at OU tell me, develop me, and gets me to this point.